Hello and welcome back to Career Launcher. And as a part of our daily practice questions and exercises that we have been releasing on YouTube, consisting of questions from our mocks that have appeared very recently. Also, given the fact that the CAT 2021 pattern is not known yet, we bring to you in this particular video 3 questions that will cover a little bit of time, speed, and distance and other parts of arithmetic that have appeared in Countdown CAT. Right, let's take a look at this question. The cost price of a mobile and a cycle taken together is 60,000. A mobile and cycle, both of them are together bought at 60,000. So if I consider the cost price of mobile to be X and the cost price of mobile to be Y, let us see what happens later. The mobile is sold at 16% loss and the cycle is sold at a 12% profit. If the overall profit is 5%, what is the difference between the cost price of the mobile and cost price of the cycle? Okay. So if the mobile is sold at 16% loss, the money made is going to be 84% of the mobile. And similarly, if the cycle is sold at a 12% profit, we can say that the money made out of that or the selling price is going to be 112% of the price of the cycle, right? And the overall profit is given as 5%. So if the total cost was 60,000 and you are getting an overall 5% profit, over 60,000 you are getting a 5% profit. So the profit is supposed to be 3,000 rupees. So the overall selling price of both of them taken together is 63,000. Selling price of both of them taken together has to be 63,000. What do we know? We know that the cost price is X plus Y is equal to 60,000. And what do we know? The selling price of the mobile is 84% of 100, 84% of X. And the cost price of the cycle, selling price of the cycle is 112% of X. As a result, you ended up getting, 112% of Y. So as a result, you ended up getting 63,000 as a total selling price. So the first equation is typically cost prices. The second equation is typically selling prices. You equate them, you get the value of X and Y. From the first equation, multiply the first equation by 84, you'll get 84X plus 112Y plus 84Y. 84X plus 84Y is equal to 60,000 into 84. Don't calculate this. This is where a lot of you may be making mistakes, that you end up calculating all of this stuff, which is not good for health, right? So it is a statutory warning I'm giving you. And from the second equation, what do you have? 84X plus 112Y is equal to 63,000 into 100. Don't multiply. Please don't. So if you subtract this first equation from the second equation, X will get cancelled and you'll get 28Y is equal to 63,000 into 100 minus 84 into 60,000. All right. The moment you have this, all of them are multiples of 7. So cancel out with 7. 7 fours are. So you'll get 4 over here. 7 nines are. And 7 12s are. So you'll get 4Y is equal to 9 lakh. 4Y is equal to 9 lakh minus 7 lakh 20,000. So 4Y is equal to 1 lakh 80,000. So Y must be equal to 45,000. So the cost price of the cycle is going to be 45,000. So if Y is 45,000, X must be 15,000. And as a result, the difference between the cost price of the cycle and the mobile is going to be 30,000, which is the answer. Now, at the end of the day, this is two linear equations. This is two linear equations with X plus Y as one of the equations, right? You could have simply looked at this particular set of linear equations as if this was a question of, let us say, hens and cows in a shed. If I say that there are 110 heads in a shed and there are 320 feet, including hens and cows, and you are supposed to find how many hens are there, how many cows are there, you can simply use an alligation method. So in this question also, we should be able to use alligation. Let us see how it goes. If the entirety was the cost of the mobile itself, there would have been a 16% loss. And if the entirety would have been the cost of the cycle itself, all 60,000 is the cost of the cycle itself, there would have been a 12% profit. You ended up getting 5% profit. What ratio is this in? 12 and 5, the difference is 7. See, minus 16 and 5, 5 minus of minus 16, this is 21. You will get the ratio as 1:3, meaning the cost price of mobile should have been 15,000 and the cost price of cycle should have been 45,000. 1:3, it is given. So the difference should be 30,000. So if this clicks to you that आप इस क्वेश्चन में एलिगेशन कर सकते थे, तो आप रॉक कर देते हैं क्वेश्चन. So that's how it goes. A businessman borrows 2.4 lakhs from a bank at a certain rate of simple interest. Okay, this may be the question. What is the rate of interest? That is unknown. Let us call it R for a moment. So 2.4 lakhs at a certain rate of simple interest at the beginning of the year. After 4 months, he borrows 3.6 lakhs more at double the rate of interest. Double the rate of interest. At the end of the year, the total interest accrued on both the loans is 54,000. The total SI is given. The total SI is given. So there are two parts to this question. The one that started at the beginning of the year, then again after 4 months, what happened? And if we just add the simple interest, we should get the final interest. If we just add the simple interest, we should get the final simple interest earned at the end of the year. So the first part is 2.4 lakhs invested at a rate R for one entire year on 100, plus the second part is 3.6 lakhs invested at a rate R, but only for 2/3 of a year. Only for 2/3 of a year. This should be equal to 54,000. Now it is a one equation, one unknown, solve for R. So what we will get over here is 2.4, 3.6. This is 1.2 times, and then there is into 2. So this becomes 2.4. And the rate of interest in the second case is, pardon me, it is 2R. So what we have over here is 2.4 into 3R by 100 is equal to 54,000. So 2.4 into 3R is equal to 54,000 into 100, where this 2.4 is actually 2,40,000. 2,40,000 into 3R is equal to 54,000 into 100. I like this part when we cancel off zeros on both sides. So let's just cancel off zeros on both sides. So what do we have? 72R is equal to 540. R must be equal to 540 by 72. And you'll find R is equal to 7.5%. R is equal to 7.5%. Option 4 should be the correct answer. Next question. A cyclist starts cycling on a highway at a speed of 1 meter per second for 2 seconds, then increases for 2 meters per second for the next 4 seconds. Okay, wait a minute. Time and speed. As a result, you'll get some distance. Okay, for 2 seconds, your speed is 1. As a result, your distance traveled is 2. For the first 2 seconds, your speed is 1. As a result, the distance traveled is 2. The next 4 seconds, your speed is 2. As a result, the distance traveled is 8. The next 6 seconds, your speed is 3. As a result, the distance traveled is 18. Next 8 seconds, your distance speed is 4. Distance traveled is 32, and so on. That is how we are going, right? He stops after 182 seconds. He stops after 182 seconds. So where is it that we are adding time? We are adding time in the very first row. The times are in the very first row. So what is the total time that you have done? You have gone ahead for? What is the total time that you have gone ahead for? That person has gone ahead for 182 seconds. That person has gone ahead till 182 seconds. That means the total time spent, 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8, so on up to, let us say some 2n, because all of these are even numbers. 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8, so on from 2n should be equal to 182. That means 2 times of 1 plus 2 plus 3, so on up to n must be equal to 182, or you can say n into n plus 1 by 2 is equal to n into n plus 1 by 2 is equal to 91. So n must be equal to 13. N must be equal to 13. The moment you have this clarity, it means that it means nothing but, this is one interval, this is the second interval, there are third interval, this is the fourth interval. Like this, there are 13 intervals. Like this, these are 13 intervals. That means the distance traveled, you will be traveling up to 13 intervals, just like this. The cyclist will be traveling up to 13 intervals, just like this. Okay, so what is the question asking? What is the average speed? The average speed is equal to total distance upon total time. Total distance upon total time. We know the total time is 182. That is our denominator. We want to find what the total distance is. What is going to be the total distance? The total distance is going to be 2 plus 8 plus 18 plus 32, so on up to 13 terms. So on up to 13 terms. Now, is there anything common about these numbers? Yes. This is 2 into 1 square plus 2 into 2 square. This is 2 into 3 square. This is 2 into 4 square. And so on. So the last term will be 2 into 13 square. So the total distance traveled will be equal to 2 times of 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square, so on up to 13 square. 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square, so on up to 13 square. So which will be in turn equal to, because the sum of squares of first n numbers is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 6, and you have a 2 multiplying outside. So you will have 13 into 14. This is n plus 1. 2n plus 1 will be 27, and you already have a 2 outside, that will also come here, divided by 6. This is the total distance, while the total time is 182, which is 13 into 14. So what it helps us is directly cancelling off stuff over here. We have 27 into 254 divided by 6, 9 meters per second should be the average speed.